right, good morning, artists. We just talked a little bit about contrast and the idea of creating contrast with opposites, and a little bit about the idea of a notan, that Japanese art making process where it's literally considered light dark. So what I was fortunate to grab was a piece of white paper and black paper. Now I realize not everyone might have these at home. So I'm hoping at least you have a piece of white paper. And if you have black paper, grab it. If you have purple paper, grab it. If you have orange paper, grab it. If you have brown paper, grab it. If you have none of those things, what I'd like you to do is to think about actually taking another piece of white paper and coloring it. So what I mean by that is taking your paper, folding it in half. Actually, I think that would work best. And then you can either rip it, or if that seems really dangerous to you, let's just cut it in half. Okay, so with that, we should have a little bit of white, a little bit of black, okay? Now, if you do not have black paper, here's the deal. I'd like you to actually create a color on one of these sides. Okay, so we're just experimenting with this idea of a notan. So you can paint if you have paint with you. You can actually take a crayon maybe on its side, and you can just quickly kind of fill in something there. If you use the edge of the crayon, it colors much quicker. Okay, basically we just need contrasting colors. 2 pieces of white isn't going to work for this. So we have to just create some kind of contrast. You could literally use probably some scrap art, some scrap paper, just to try this first go around of a notan. Okay, be careful when you get to the edges. I'm being careful just to not get it all over my tabletop. Okay, but just like that, I've created enough of a contrast between my 2 pieces of paper. Okay, so if you don't have construction paper at home, and you don't have a dark color, no sweat, I want you to just create your own. Okay? So now what needs to happen is we have these 2 contrasting colors. These contrasting colors are actually how we're going to create a notan, okay? So what we're going to do now is fold one of them in half. So we need 1 larger paper and we need 1 smaller paper. Let me make sure I'm thinking about this correctly. So this is what we should have. All right. So in this side, what I'd like you to do is to think about drawing any shape. It can be organic, it can be geometric. Truly, the only thing I want you to consider is the fact that you're going to need to cut it out. Okay? So draw something that you know for a fact won't be terribly scary to cut out. All right, so I did kind of this geometric starburst. I'm going to carefully cut this out. One nice clean cut. Okay. It can't be in pieces. It has to be one clean cut. So now I have this, and I should have the piece that fits inside of it. So to make a Notan, all we do is we take this piece that we just cut out, and along this straight line, we just flip it. Okay, we flip it this way, boop. We line it up, and the contrast creates what we call a Notan. I hope everyone can see that. The next step would be to glue that down, and you've just created yourself a very simple, easy Notan.